taku mihi tuawha, ko taku mihi ki ngā mokopuna o te motu. Kei rātou te taki ka mahi tau tātou e tēnei mahi. Ka huri taku mihi ki a koutou, ki a tai mai nei ki te tautoku te kaupapa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. What I've just said to you is in Te Reo Māori is a greeting that we make when we meet people. Yeah? And I go through a number of steps, really. It's a simple, fairly simple greeting. I actually thank the people of the land. I hope I got that right. The tribe that lives here.
他刚才是用毛利语做简单的导词，然后就是它是很简单的毛利，就是当我们来到一个土地的时候，然后我们欢迎我们的来宾，然后也很高兴他现在来到这里，然后遇到各位这样子。
Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge your leaders. Yeah.
就是第二，我就是非常的感谢，就是我们的领导这样。
Thirdly, I thank the students who welcomed me here today.
第三就是我感谢就是来到这里的学生。
Fourthly, I wanted to acknowledge the young people whom we call the mokopuna. The young people, the generations to come. Yeah? For it's for them that we do this work.
然后第四我要感谢就是来到这里的 mokopuna， 就是像我们讲的孙子，我们的下一代，他可以继续来到这边传承我们的智慧跟就是来学习，一直持续的不断的向前进这样子。
And lastly, I wanted to acknowledge everybody who is here today to support this, we call it kaupapa, this topic.
就是最后就是还要再次的感谢，就是来到这边的各位，就是来参加这样的研习，然后讲我们的教育。
Thank you.
谢谢大家。
Okay. I've been asked to speak to you today to give you some experience of the New Zealand experience, some information about that, in the hope that some of it, an idea might spark or be useful to you in your own endeavours or your own attempts to revive your language.
今天我介绍的就是是我个人的经验，这样子在推动就是毛利教育。那希望就是可以对大家在座各位就是老师或者是学术界的那个大佬们，就是可以希望对你们有一些帮助这样子。
Okay. Thank you. What I wanted to do was to give you a little bit of a comparison between New Zealand and Taiwan. And so I went online to have a look at, just to give you an idea of the differences and similarities between our countries.
就是首先我在网络上找到，我就是想要做一个比较，就是针对台湾跟纽西兰的教育状况，然后先做一个简介这样子。然后这是我在网络上找的一些资料。
having a bit of trouble with the microphones. Okay. One of the things that struck me is always thought Taiwan was about the same size as New Zealand. I find that we are about 7 times larger than you, but we only have 20% of the population.
对，然后就是台湾其实跟纽西兰土地相对之下，纽西兰是比台湾还大7倍的。可是其实人口，我们纽西兰的人口只有台湾的20%，就是台湾有2300万人，但是纽西兰其实是只有480万人的，对。
Some of the differences you'll notice, though, that I could find was that in New Zealand we only have one indigenous language.
然后在纽西兰就是我们只有毛利族，只有一种语言，对。
But we got to a state where it was very, very endangered.
但是我们是濒危语言的，我们的毛利语是被列为是 endangered 的，就是很危险的，加入病法。
Also, that Māori make up 14% of the population in comparison to indigenous peoples here, which is about 2%, I believe, of the recognised tribes.
然后在纽西兰的话，我们在毛利人在总人口数的14%，就是百分比。然后在台湾的话，就是有被政府就是有去登记的是占2%。
But I want us to remember that there are similarities between us. Lots of similarities. Some of those are the shared geographical features I've mentioned here.
就是我们比较多相同的地方是我们的地理环境和地理会有很多的自然的像是地震啊，或者是其他的像大自然的活动，对。
And we also share the Pacific Ocean. It is an ocean that does not divide us. It is an ocean that joins us.
对，然后它就是我们还靠着就是大西洋不是太平洋啦，讲错了，太平洋的连接这样子，这是我们连接到纽西兰的一整个的，甚至是我们的文化，就是整个南岛文化。对。
And I have seen some canoes here in the culture park that would put some of ours to shame. They are beautiful seafaring canoes.
就是我们现在讲的那个独木舟，就是其实在纽西兰也是，我们都有相同的文化这样子。对，他觉得非常的亲切，当他看到那个独木舟的时候。
And we share the endeavour to keep our identity, to keep our culture, and to keep our languages alive.
对，然后我们也有共同的理念，就是让我们的文化继续传承下去，然后也让我们的文化我们的语言也一直让我们的后代子孙一直使用下去。
I want to now move on to talking about the New Zealand context to give you a better idea of how New Zealand looks today.
那接下来我会介绍一些像是纽西兰的大概的样子，这样子，对，给大家认识。
Context is important. The things that work in New Zealand aren't always the things that will work in Taiwan or in another place.
就是像是纽西兰就是
context
environment 它的整个的环境就是就是去做一个连接这样子，跟台湾做一个连接。
Okay. Thanks. What we always start with, one of the things that happened in New Zealand was that we signed a treaty with the British colonisers.
当英国人开始来到纽西兰的时候，他们跟毛利人签订了一个外汤吉条约。
The treaty was signed between the chiefs of all the tribes in New Zealand and the British government, or the Crown at the time, who was Queen Victoria.
然后那时候就是维多利亚女王跟所有的毛利的酋长们签的这个条约。
One of the articles of the treaty, one of the statements in the treaty, and there are only 3 statements, But the second statement says it guarantees exclusive and undisturbed rights to Māori in terms of preservation of taonga or our treasures.
然后这条约主要有3条，那这个是第2条，主要讲的就是他们大英帝国有必须要保存就是我们的毛利的文化，然后并视我们的文化是宝藏这样子。
The treaty was breached very quickly. We lost lands, we lost people, we were decimated, died from disease, and numbers decreased.
对，就是这个条约，就是让我们就很快的让我们就是流失了很多的土地，跟就是让毛利人陷入了一个就是不好的状态。
In 1975, a tribunal was set up to hear Māori claims or grievances against the Crown.
就是1975年的时候，我们签订了一个协定，又跟就是跟我们政府签订了另外一个协定。
One of the cases we were very successful at gaining was the language case. In other words, we got the tribunal, the government, to believe that language was a treasure.
然后就是他们利用他签订了这个外汤里的协定之后呢，他们透过这个协定可以跟这个政府就是要很多的，就是你不视我们，你没有视我们的语言为宝藏，所以我用这个条约去跟你的政府要求说，你必须要保存我们的语言。那最有名的案子就是他们用毛利这个条约去跟政府要求是我们附赠语言的这个例子。
What this meant was that the government needed to start supporting learning Māori language in all places in life. And in 1987, we managed to get Māori language as an official language of New Zealand.
然后1975年，他们开始就是跟政府要求说，我们要附赠我们的语言。然后他们最大的一个成功，就是让毛利语成为现在纽西兰的第2官方语言。就是你除了在路上看到英文的标示之外，路名之外，你第2看到的就是毛利语。对。
I've talked today about the Treaty of Waitangi because it is an important foundation that we always go back to negotiate with government.
就是当我们把这个条约拿出来的时候，就是我们可以跟政府对话的时候，我们拿这个条约跟政府说，你必须要保存我们的文化。
Let me just move on to our population to give you an idea of the makeup of the peoples in New Zealand at the moment.
然后这个图是来介绍，就是我们现在纽西兰人口的组成。
Ethnic identity is very important in New Zealand. For everything in education, we follow the progress of these 4 groups.
就是在纽西兰的教育而言，他们对身份认同是非常重要的。那他们的就是进展的流程都是在这4个主要的人口组成。
The Ministry of Education must report in terms of progress on all 4 groups, including New Zealand European, they are the descendants of the British settlers, Māori, Pacific Islanders. The Pacific Island people are the people who have migrated to New Zealand from the Pacific Island states. Australasia? Yeah. Right. Yes. And Asian people, and they are in those percentages in New Zealand. 纽西兰的教育局、教育部，它就是利用了，它对这4个族群都有那个有一些教育的政策，然后他们就是渐渐的
在依着这个4个族群的身份认同，然后去做他们的教育政策这样子。然后最主要就是英国来的嘛，就是他们从英国来的外来者、移民者，然后再来就是毛利人口，他们针对不同的种族，然后再来就是来自南太平洋上的所有岛国的岛民，然后还有就是我们的还有亚洲人，它是分这个4个族群来做他们的教育政策。
I want you to take notice that there's about 670 odd thousand Māori in New Zealand, which I think is probably about the same number of indigenous peoples here in Taiwan, would they?
50, yeah.
Okay.
The number is.
It's a lot of people.
对，他说就是毛利人口占就是67万人左右。对，我们59，他刚才说对。
Okay.
Yeah. 然后其实他说就是我们的其实人是蛮类似，人口数是蛮类似的啦。然后他说其实是很多人的，就是毛利人其实是占其中的很大部分。
Let me move on to the education system and what it is that we have in our education system that we do. This is a picture of young children that we're working for. These are what we call the mokopuna.
这就是刚才我们提到的我们的后代子 mokopuna， 就是他们的小孙子、小孩的意思。对，这是他们的照片，他们集合起来在某一个教室去做一个活动。
These were taken. These are children who attend the kohanga reo, which is the language nest. We call the language nest.
然后这个就是小朋友去参加我们的语言潮，就它是像是全族语幼托的一个概念。他们毛利人现在推的叫kohanga reo language nest， 就是语言潮的全族语式语言潮沉浸式的语言教育的学龄前的教育。
One of the things we have in New Zealand is a national policy for Māori education. This national policy is called Kaikatia, to step up.
然后这个就是教育部纽西兰教育部就是不是国家的政策，然后它主要它叫做 Kaikatia， 就是去开始的意思。
One of the biggest issues in New Zealand education is that Māori student achievement lags behind their Pākehā counterparts, their New Zealand European counterparts.
Yeah， 就是这个政策的开始是因为就是毛利学生他们看到数据，就是毛利学生相对于正常一般的就是那些英国殖民来的那个学生，就是平地人学生，他们的教育其实是严重落后的。对。
This strategy and policy actually focuses on 4 areas that the government thinks needs to improve.
就是这个政策的话，主要有从4个层面来做制定这样子。
The first one is participation in early childhood education to ensure that it is good quality.
然后第一个主要就是学龄前的教育，让他们有充分的参与，能让所有的就是像幼托的小朋友可以进入到我们的毛利学习里面。
The second strategy, or the second area of focus, is on student engagement, and what we mean by that is not just attendance, but being engaged in learning, such that the students stay on at school.
然后第二个主要还是很强调，就是我们不是只有参与那个教育，而是我们必须每个人都是学习者，不是像是所有很多的政策，像是我给你了这样的教育，可是我没有让你有学习，我只是做了个样子给你看。
The third area is in Māori language, to ensure that all Māori children have access to learn Māori language and that it is being taught well in the school, and also that the students are achieving under Māori language.
然后第3个就是非常再次强调语言的部分，让所有的学生都可以学习到我们的毛利族语，而且都有一个方式，都有很轻易的可以让他学习到族语这样子。
The 4th area of focus is organisational change, and the organisational change is not in schools, but in the Ministry of Education itself to see how it can better serve Māori students.
然后像是第3个就是机构或者是学生的交换学生，然后也是很重要的一块这样子。
The document also has very specific achievement targets for progress of Māori student achievement, and all schools have to report on their progress.
然后就是所有的学校都必须要 follow 这个，都必须要遵守这个毛利的政策。
They are also reviewed every 3 years by the Education Review Office that comes in to look specifically at Māori student progress as well.
然后每3年，他们的教育部就会对所有的学校进行评估，就是针对这些毛利学生和这个政策的连结，到底有没有进步，就是学校做了什么。
The strategy, the policy, sorry, it's for all schools, both English and Māori schools. It's for everyone. Yeah, national strategy.
就是这个政策是给所有的学校的啦，不是只有毛利学校而已。
Some of you may know that we have a system, an education system in the language. Yeah? So we have 2 education systems, one in English and one in Māori.
他们有2个的语言的教育系统，那一个就是全毛利语的学校，然后另外一个就是英语的学校。
We began in the early 1980s to establish a kohanga reo, the language nest.
然后1982年，他们开始了第一个他们的学龄前教育的幼托。全族语沉浸式的。那我现在我再解释一下，就是他们以毛利语和英语系的不同。他们的以毛利语全沉浸式的是，他们教学语言是毛利语，就是我教数学、我教国文、我教英文的时候，我用毛利语去教。然后另外用英语系的，像是英语系的这个，就是我用英文当我的教学语言，然后去我们促成我们的学习这样子。所以另外一个就是全毛利语，就是以原住民观念为的思考逻辑去教学的，对。
Yeah. Okay. I want to impress upon people here that this was started as a community initiative.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize.
他说是社区发起，不是政府发起。
就是这样的教育其实是有社区就一开始的语言潮其实就是像部落里面的母木们，然后他们就到一个定点，然后其实那个语言潮就是那个就变成一个语言潮，母木们他们就到语言潮去跟小朋友讲话，然后这就成为他们学龄前的教育，毛利人他们教育学龄前小朋友的方式。雅意。
Okay. Oh, you're right. Did you tell the story? Did you say?
Water just go.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can I say, prior to the 1980s, we had some research that said the Māori language was dying, and the government was not responding. So we had to do something ourselves if we wanted to do it.
然后在1982年之前，其实就有一些研究说，我们的毛利语其实已经濒临死亡。然后所以但是政府其实不觉得那是他们的责任，必须要去负责，所以我们必须用社区的力量去重新负责我们的族语。
So some groups of elders got together and said they were going to start teaching their mokopuna, their young ones. So elders directly to the grandchildren. Don't worry about the children.
就是他们小朋友就是他们教育的方式，他们部落里面自己的方式就是让老人家直接的来教育他们的小朋友，这样就是直接就是也不用在意小朋友怎么样，就是我就是要这样的教育给我的小孩。对。
For 8 years, the government did not give the Kohanga Reo or the Kura Kaupapa any money. There was no funding.
就是在成立初期的话，其实政府没有给Kura Kaupapa 就是他们的那个国小啦，全族语的国小，然后其实都没有给任何1毛钱给这些就是全族语的学校。
So they took a big risk. They took a big risk because they stepped outside the system.
他们就是有很大的就是坚持，然后因为他们不是在主流的教育下面的。
Teachers worked for nothing or for food, just what the families could pay. So the teachers who were teaching for both Kohanga Reo and the Kura were not paid by the government, they were paid by the families. They worked for very little.
然后就是在他们的语言巢啊，或者是全族语式的小学，他们其实没有得到，就是这些老师其实不是他们没有从政府那边拿到薪水，然后他们得到的只是家庭提供的他们餐费，就是只有一点点，然后只有食物的钱啦，对，然后这些钱都是来自于家长的捐献这样。
Parents learnt the language alongside their children.
然后在这个语言巢里面，其实他们就是用家庭去支持，很多都是雅基来教他们的小朋友，所以就是利用家庭的力量去，就是老人家就会带他自己的小孩来这个学校，而不是像是我们是用另外的老师，另外就是不一样，可能在外面的老师来教我们的小孩，就是用我们最简单的家庭教育来教小孩。
Many people who were already fluent in Māori sat down and helped translate resources from English, so the children would have books to read in Māori.
就是他们用的一些资源，其实有的还是来自于英语，但是他们就是转译，用毛利语去教，还是用毛利语去教这样。
The risk paid off. We got a whole system that is now recognised and is fully funded and fully resourced in Māori language.
然后现在就是我们可以得到很多的帮助，然后很多的经费，它其实就是让毛利小孩可以接触到我们的毛利教育。
So children can start now learning in Māori first language at home, coming to preschool, Kohanga Reo, moving on to primary school or elementary school, Kura Kaupapa Māori, moving on to secondary school, Wharikura.
然后，所以就是如果你要你的小孩从小就是学毛利语的话，你可以从家庭的时候，你就可以营造在家说主语的概念，然后再来你在你的小朋友进入幼儿托儿所的时候，就你可以进到他们的语言巢 Kohanga Reo， 然后再来呢，到国小的时候有 Kura Kaupapa 全族语的学校，然后甚至到现在的高中，他们都有全族语的一个教育系统。
In more recent years, we have started whariwānanga. These are tertiary institutions or universities that deliver in Māori and English.
然后现在的话，像第二个就是混合式的语言的时候，就是有我们的高等教育，像是我们的大学，他们讲的我们讲的大学或者是学院，就是它是双语系的，有英语和毛利语教学。
So there are 3 universities that get funded like normal universities, English medium universities, but they have different purposes. One of the universities encourage a lot of adult learning.
哦
Yeah.
然后像是他们的高等教育，就是法雷旺纳纳这个学校的话，这样的学校的话，其实它跟一般学校不一样的是，它更强调的是成人教育。
Second chance learning, yeah. And then we have bilingual, we now have bilingual classes in English medium schools because they've come to understand the importance of language, and we also have what we call enrichment classes, which do a lot of Māori culture work.
然后其实，在这样的学校里面也有很多的课程是让毛利的文化进到来的教学，然后也让我们的也让那个毛利传统的知识一个建构，这样子，透过这样的学校去做一个组织和建构。
Okay. We also now have a national curriculum. New Zealand has always had national curriculum since 1877. We now have dual curriculums, one in Māori and one in English.
我们这有国家的教学大纲，然后它有2个版本，一个就是英文版本，然后另外一个是毛利语。
Right, okay. I'll just say this one, is it? Yeah, okay. We also have national assessments can be done in Māori or in English.
哦，我们有国家的那个帮助，然后它是毛利语和那个英语版本。哦，评量。哦 ，sorry。
It is important to know that these are not necessarily direct translations.
哦，然后它是不需要被转译的。
There are different skills for the assessment in Māori. For example, Māori language is very oral, so we do testing at a young age for speaking, but that is not done in English.
然后像是毛利语的话，我们强调其实是口说的一个方式，这样，所以它其实是不需没有什么评量的标准。
I just want to show you now